Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am your host for this pre-market session. And like we do every morning, we'll be watching this volume spike column in both of these scans. Once we see a volume spike take off, we come over to the current bar volume and make sure we have enough volume to get in and get out safely. And what I mean by that is we want to really see this number moving. We want to see a battle between the buyers and the sellers. And we want to see the stock jumping up. For instance, once the price starts rising, I will set a resistance level like you see on the chart. Once it pulls back, I will set a support level. And you want to plan your entry down here on the support level. You don't want to chase these green candles unless you are a professional trader, because it's easy to lose money here, much easier to make it here. But we don't get into this trade unless we confirm we have tall green bars down here on the bottom. This is our volume indicator. It's called Dominator Master. And I prefer to see these green bars taller than that yellow line. That yellow line is the average volume. So we'll see a stock run up. I'll mark a resistance. It'll pull back. I'll mark support. We look down here, confirm that we have green bars. And this is the My Blessing indicator. These are the buyers and the sellers, this green and red line. We want to see this line coming up, and we prefer to see the white line, which is the trend heading upwards as well. I've been watching Serve all morning. Don't chance it just yet. It's already pulling back. It looks like it started way early this morning, way before our market opened. Also, never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed. Delays can cost you money. I'm also not a financial advisor, and I don't teach you how to trade. I build indicators and teach you how to use them and teach you how to scan pre-market, but I don't teach you how to trade. Leave that up to the professionals, so make sure you reach out to a financial advisor before you take any of my words, my indicators, my suggestions. Before you use any of those, make sure you reach out to a professional financial advisor before you make any trades. If you are new to trading, don't come here just clicking the mouse button. You're going to lose money. Come here every morning at 6 a.m. Central Time. Watch us over and over and over. Pound it into your brain. Start trading on paper. If you're profitable on paper and you feel comfortable moving over to cash, make sure you use small share size. Just buy a couple of shares. Make sure that you really are profitable. And the way you increase profits is increase your share size once you get good enough. I appreciate everyone who joined us this morning. We have about 2 minutes to go before our market opens. And we'll see how it goes. I was hoping for an up market, and we may very well have one. The SPY is headed up. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe the Lord will bless us this morning. If you were worthy over the weekend, I'm sure he will. Hope everyone loaded the updated scans. I put it in the announcements. They're numbers 4 and 40 over in TOS scans on the premium side of Discord. I've taken out a bunch of the stocks with some filters, the non-movers, so to speak, so that we can concentrate on fewer stocks and not have to look so hard down the list. About 30 seconds to go. Make sure that your time in force and your active trader is on EXT so you don't miss a trade. And we are off. Be very careful here. Don't chase a bounce up. It could just be a tease to get you in before the big sell-off. Like I said, this stock started rising earlier this morning. I'm watching for volume spikes in the meantime. I don't trade NEO, so NEO's fine. Let me check RR. I see it moving over on another scan. $2 stock starting to move up. Pulling back slightly. SERV is selling off, as I said. It's already down to 1150. RR is also pulling back. So we're watching these numbers closely. Once we see them take off, we want to check them. MLGO. It's already tried to break 325 twice. It's failed so far. Just have to give it patience. A little patience pays off. Stock market is not just come here, click, and make money. You have to wait on the winners to come. MLGO spiking up slightly. Needs to break that high of 328. SERV all the way down to $10.85. Must have not have been any news released at 6 a.m. this morning. No good news, that is. MLGO testing that 325. Let's see if we can get it to break through. I'd be very careful here about getting in. It needs to break through 325, then turn around, come back down and retest it. Doesn't look like we're going to get there. Day Trade Killer, I updated the scans over the weekend. They're the same scans that you have. It's just that I put some extra filters in to knock out some of the stocks that were not moving. Shorter the list, easier it is to spot the ones that are fixing to take off. But the scans you have will work fine. RR still trying to get above that 205. It had a high, let's see back here, of 209. Probably 210, not 209. And if you're new here, this scan keeps track of the stocks that moved over the last 30 minutes. This one right here, Magic Scan. These are live scanners. So we're just waiting on the buyers to come in. And that white arrow you see is a pullback arrow. Very profitable arrow if you know how to use it. And you basically wait on it to fire up, wait for the buyers to come in and pull the trigger. RR trying to make it up to that 210. Not seeing a lot of activity this morning. I haven't checked the serve high. I think it was around 1275 maybe. It may have broke that. You are welcome. All right, we need the winner here. Watching this volume spike column. The SPY is no longer rising. It's holding steady at around 551. Hopefully we don't start pulling back. MLGO testing that 325 once more. MLGO breaking through 325. This candle needs to close above it for it to be a confirmed breakthrough. Candle did close above 325. It did come down and try to retest it, so we may move up a little bit from here. I'm not seeing a lot of volume in this stock, so don't just jump in it. It'll be hard to get in and get out. The volume is quite low. If you do it with small share size. That way it's not too difficult to get out. But if you jump in there with 1,000 shares, you could have some issues. Volume has picked up nicely. Now we are at 115,000, and this is what we want to see. Nice volume flow coming in. Still not really running up like it should. Long wick on the top means the sellers are taking profits and driving the price back down. We may come down to test that 325 once more. And we did. Need to stay above it here. Nice trade, Don. Long wicks on the top. We have some sellers up in this price zone. Retesting 325 again on MLGO. This stock seems to be struggling to get any higher. Don't think I would put any money into it. CYN, I heard, is taking off. Well, it's definitely pulled back now to 643. That's quite a drop from 725 to 643. Probably going to be a very unsafe trade. After last week's devastating drops in the SPY, investors are probably a little bit cautious this morning, waiting on a confirmed direction. I agree with you, Hollywood. Me too, Don. It's a lot less to look through, a little less eye strain. I'll take a look back at serve. Down below the 34 EMA, that's what this purple line is the 34 EMA. I use it instead of the VWAP. To me, this is more reliable. It's very respected by all prices. You can see here it bounced right on the 34 the whole time. And I'm sure if you scroll back, you will see it bounced off the 34, the 34, the 34. To me, a lot more accurate than the VWAP. It will definitely ride the 34, that's for sure. And this word up if you're new here, if I click on it, you will see a white arrow, and it will let you know as soon as a pullback arrow shows up. This one not so much in the right place because it doesn't have any volume. So this is probably just a lingering indicator here so far. But you will see them pop up occasionally in this list. Once they do, I will click on them. No activity yet this morning. Nothing that made me click the mouse. So if you're new here, we just wait. We don't go chasing stocks. We don't try to find something that we may want to lose money on. We wait for the big movers, and they do happen. If news comes out, we don't go read the news. Some of you do, but I don't. If it's good news, these numbers will take off. And I'm already waiting to pull the trigger. I'll let everybody else interpret the news. SERV. I don't know if any of you guys watched this stock on Friday in after hours, but it was a money maker. I played it twice, made a few dollars on it. So if you go back and look at after hours on Friday, you will literally see the easy crawl up this stock did. I posted it on the trading floor. The moment I posted it, it started dropping. So I removed it from the trading floor so nobody would get caught in the drop. About 10 minutes later, I looked at it and started clicking the button. It was really flying. Good job, traders. I'm glad you guys took advantage of it. Nice trade, RLD. RLD still trading it this morning. Done made a nice profit. Thank you, RLD. Nice job, Hollywood. Patiently waiting. Trading is all about patience. MLGO still can't get over that 325. RR still pulling back. I actually thought this one would take off, but I guess it's not going to. Those of you who don't know me, I've been trading on ThinkorSwim since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder. I've been coding for about 15 years, and everything you see up here was coded by me except for this EMA. These candle colors are by me. The volume indicator is looking back only 20 bars. That's all I need it to look back. So these numbers will not match what you think is the total volume, because we're only looking at 20 bars back. That's enough to tell me if the volume is increasing or decreasing. Jan, it's been around forever. It was so basic back then, you still had to call the broker to get in. Yeah, E-Trade and everybody was still on back then, was already on in existence. They were very basic, though. No spikes, were all red except for this one, and it's not really climbing. SPY is not really climbing either. It's just barely trickling down a little. Jennifer, I'm self-taught. Little by little through the years. I'm not a software engineer or nothing like that. I only know ThinkScript. That's all I taught myself. Never had a job as a coder. I'm all self-taught. Sitting in the chair, nothing to do, bored, teach yourself something. That's what I did. Jennifer, you have to really dig into everything. I was digging into existing codes to see how they were coming up with the answers that I needed, and then you start putting two and two together. And you do it so long, you start catching on how to actually write the code, because you do it so many times over and over and over, it just comes natural now. Yeah, I'm not interested in Python or Perl or C++. I only want to know the code that makes me money. Day trader, I think you meant the 5 and the 13 EMA on the V4 indicator. Five and the 13 are my favorite scalping indicators, the moving averages. You can literally play the crossover of those two lines. No volume spike yet. Maybe we'll get a play, maybe we won't. It won't disappoint me if we don't, because I know we always have tomorrow. Yeah, even the old indicators, they still work. I keep writing, keep coming up with different strategies. All of these indicators are just strategies. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. It's what I see in my brain when I'm looking at a stock, just like that pullback arrow. Wait for the drop. See if it's going to break this high over here. If it does, throw an arrow for the next run up. MLGO still tempting to stay above that 325. This stock is so sluggish, I probably won't trade it. And you know the reason I said that, right? So it would go up. A little bit of psychology. Billy, I have an eye on Serve, SERV, bumping at 1165. I'm watching SYTA. I haven't posted it because it's down there around 68 cents. Not really a lot of volume to drive it up. I'm also watching NAAS from last week. It made a run up in pre-market before our market opened. Very sluggish volume. So I'm watching 8 different scans plus 12 different charts. But I'm mainly watching this volume spike column. I don't want to miss it once everybody starts buying. If you are new here on YouTube, I stream for free 1 hour each morning when pre-market opens. So it's from 5:55 to 6:55. And then I carry on for another 3 hours over on the premium side of Discord. If you haven't talked to any of the investors over on Discord, you can join by clicking that label at the top where you chat. It's white and yellow. You can join our Discord for free, get 2 indicators for free. It's actually 1 scan and 1 indicator. And it is this pre-market scan. And the indicator is the V4, which is a very good indicator. That's the 5 and 13 MA. And you can join for free here. Talk to the other investors if you want to upgrade and join us for the full morning session. You just click the upgrade channel on the left. It'll give you the instructions how to upgrade, and you can participate each morning for about 4 hours of trading, 3.5 to 4 hours. All right, let's see what we have going here. Up. There's that white arrow. That one must have disappeared. But no volume. Small spike, but not continuous. Well, enjoy your coffee till something starts moving. Or your lunch or your dinner, depending on where you are. I see a couple of greens, but they're not moving. You can see the numbers are not increasing. Yeah, slow one this morning. It's okay though. We always have that 1 or 2 days of the week that make you happy. Abby, you just have to go reload it again off the TOS scripts. It was updated a few weeks ago. It's okay, Abby. I've been called a lot worse. I do too, Abby, sometimes. All right, Lord, we need a stock this morning. CTM picking up a little bit of volume this morning. Don't let these high volume numbers fool you. The stock is only 30 cents. So each trader is probably buying 5,000, 6,000 shares. So high volume on a cheap stock is not necessarily that it's high volume. It's just that they have to buy a lot of shares to make any money. Popping its head above water, CTM. Fumagoo. I thought Trade Ideas was a scanner, not a simulator. Do they also have a simulator? Ah, okay. Penny stock gaining a half a cent at a time or less. We're getting some more green numbers, but they're not increasing, so they may be crawling up very slowly. We want to see the ones where this number's really flying as well. Kyle, you can use ThinkorSwim. Just write it down on paper and the price as if you would have bought it, and just use the live data feed from ThinkorSwim, just like you see on the screen. You can say, okay, I would have got in here at this price, and I would have got out here. Or create a spreadsheet on it. Keep them tracked in a spreadsheet. That's probably the best way. That way you're learning on the platform you're going to use. Or like Fumagoo said, just buy one share. Well, usually we got penny stocks all over the place. We can't even get one of them to move this morning. It tells me there must be some shock in the market. MLGO never got above that 325. Well, it did, but it couldn't hold it. Day trader, can you hear me? I don't know, day trader. The restarting worked. Good morning, Hamrick. Definitely a quiet one this morning. Chad, I almost typed that in. ADHD. I attack 4-letter words. Parsley, thank you for joining us. You have a very blessed day, brother. And I will see you tomorrow. Day trader, I don't hold anything. I make my money and get out within minutes or seconds. All right, YouTube, my time has expired. The free hour has passed. There's nothing happening, so I'm not going to hold you on later. I appreciate you joining me this morning. Join me tomorrow. Maybe we'll do much better. We don't force trades. We wait on them to come to us. That way we make money most of the time. But I appreciate each and every one of you joining me this morning. I will see you guys on YouTube tomorrow morning at 5:55 a.m. And as always, have a very blessed trading day. Bye-bye.